Come on, relax your mind. Kick back and just unwind. Don't let this moment overcome you, cause you need this vibe. Music, it takes me there, places where I don't care. I'm overflowing in this motion, you can't help but stare. Flowing like up and down, spinning around and round. Back up and touch the ground I'm making, but I can't sit down. Moving from side to side, feel good cause I'm alive. Don't you feel jealous, just get up and help me feel this vibe.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your main man, Mr. Council, back with another one, Saturday Motivation. You know how we do. I chose Saturday because Saturday is the day that's uniquely your own. Most people work a 9 to 5, so when they get to Saturday, they feel it's time to take their foot off the gas. But most artists, creatives, business minds know that Saturday is the day to put your foot on the gas and handle your business. What's going on, people? It's another exciting Saturday. It's a bright, sunshining day. I'm excited to be alive. This is a big day. You all know I've been talking about my coaching. We're in the playoffs today. And all week, I've been wrestling with this thought in my mind, because as you get closer and closer to accomplishing something great, doubt always seems to creep in some sort of way. And so throughout this week, I've had to remind myself of who I am. And that's what I want to talk about today. And this is for people who are putting in the work, people who are giving everything they possibly can towards their goals and their dreams. You have to remind yourself who you are and what you've done. Not in the spirit of arrogance, but we have to understand our brain is like a muscle. Just like your arms, your legs, your abs, your chest. When you're trying to build muscle, when you're trying to lose weight, when you're trying to do something, you have to remind yourself of who you are and what you've already accomplished. And when I'm talking about the brain, it's because it's like a muscle and you have to exercise it just like the other muscles in your body. And oftentimes, doubt creeps in, uncertainty creeps in, but you have to push through that. And you have to do little exercises to remind yourself of who you are, so you can continue to have the confidence and belief in yourself that you can win. When you've been used to losing, or I don't want to say necessarily losing, but things not turning out the way that you expect, it makes you uncertain of yourself. It makes you uncertain of your gifts. It makes you uncertain of your talents. And you get to a point where you're unsure if this is what you're supposed to be doing. But if you take that time to be quiet and by yourself, God will always show you something to let you know whether or not you are on the right path. But you have to be open to it. You have to open your mind to the possibilities of greatness. And see, when you come from a dark place, when you come from a desolate place, it's hard to believe that. It truly is hard to believe that, because you're always waiting for that other shoe to drop, because that's what's always happened in the past. But what we don't understand is that our mental capacity lends to that. It's incredible how we can allow our minds to drift off and not understand the things that we've accomplished and the things that we've done and the things that we've built. I spent a lot of years losing, and now I'm in a winning season. And so oftentimes I get uncertain to whether or not things are going to happen, but I have to constantly exercise my mind and remind myself of my accomplishments and the work that I'm constantly putting in. And just because you're putting in a lot of work doesn't mean you're going to win, because the last ingredient is belief. If you don't believe that you can win, you won't. And until you truly believe that you are a winner, things will not change for you. You have to believe in yourself. And the only way you can get that confidence is by those little wins. You have to get little wins, and the more little wins you gain, the more confidence you have. It's just like if you're on a journey of losing weight like I am. You know, when you step on that scale and you realize that you've lost 20 or 30 pounds, and then the next 5 or 10 are difficult, you have to remind yourself, I just lost 30 pounds because of the things that I've been doing. I've been exercising, I've been eating right, I've been keeping my mind disciplined, I've been getting the proper amount of rest. And if you're not doing all of those things, then you can't knock yourself. You just have to make those changes. We all have to make changes and adjustments. We all make mistakes. And when you find those dark and down times, that's not the time to beat yourself up. That's the time to comfort you, because all you have is you and the Most High. And if you have trust in Him, then that means you need to have trust in yourself, because you are a version of Him. And oftentimes we forget that. And see, one thing I heard Steve Harvey said is that in regaining that confidence, you have to have gratitude. You have to be thankful for your gifts. You have to understand that you getting a gift is truly a blessing, and it is not to be played with. And so if you're putting in the work and you're doing the things that you're supposed to do, you are on the path. You just have to stay the course, like I was talking about before. So it all starts with belief once the work has been put in. Now, if you're not putting in the work and you just wishing and praying for something to happen, I remember days in school, if I didn't study for a test, I'd be on my knees the night before praying, God, please carry me through this test. Like the words or, the information was going to seep into my mind through osmosis or something. And that's not the way it is. If you didn't study for the test, you're going to fail. I don't care how much prayer that you put in. So if you don't put in the work, you are going to fail. So it starts with that, of course. But once you've put in the work, you have to believe that you can execute. And that's what I've been talking to my boys about all week, and my girls. They put in a whole lot of work to get to where they are this season. And oftentimes, many of them go through doubt and disbelief in themselves. But then they have to remind themselves the times that things got dark and they pushed through anyway. The times the exercises were hard and they pushed through anyway. Last week we had an exciting win. We were down, 30 seconds left. We were down, and we ended up being able to pull out a win because we never stopped believing. We never stopped believing. And so if you start to doubt yourself, do little exercises with your mind. Those exercises require you to remind yourself of your little accomplishments. Remind yourself where God has brought you from. Because if you think about where you were a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and you see the product that you are now, if you put in that work, it's no way you can't see change. It's no way you can't see power in your work. Discipline, belief, and honoring God. And you're going to have those times of doubt. They're going to creep in, but you have to block them out. Anybody that says that they don't doubt, they're not telling the full truth, because nobody can truly say what's going on in your mind. But oftentimes thoughts creep into your mind without your control. And that's the devil. And so you have to block those thoughts out with the power of the Most High, because of what He's put inside you and where He needs you. He needs you to be strong. He needs you to be a vessel. He needs you to be an example. So if I can motivate you today, believe in yourself. Remind yourself of who you are and what you've already accomplished, so you can have the confidence and move on and do something even greater than you ever imagined. And that's why doubt creeps in, because you're trying to accomplish something that you've never done before. And so it's uncharted territory. But if you don't truly believe, then why even get up every day and do the work? Why are you doing it? If you can't have that belief in yourself, why continue to do it? And you continue to do it because God has put that spirit inside you. And so be thankful for that. And recognize the gifts that you have been given. And use that as fuel to accomplish everything that you were meant to accomplish. Life is not a game. We're not going to be here forever. We only have a limited amount of time to be in this place. And so the things that you do have to be laser focused. You have to take yourself to another level, and that might require changing your friends, taking some time away from dealing in the regular world and taking that quiet time to actually put in the work. Because I'm telling you, you know how it is when you go to the gym and you start to look a little bit better. You start to feel a lot better. You start to, when you get up in the morning and you put on a great outfit, it gives you that confidence. You walk out that door with your head held high. It's a natural confidence that exudes through you. So just continue to believe in you if you're putting in the work. And God will handle the rest. And if you don't get the result that you want, continue to work anyway. Because you're not ready for where God is trying to get you. And that's not a bad thing. That just means you have a little bit more work to do. It doesn't matter how many years you've been working. I've been telling you guys I've been working at this music for 20 years, but I just recorded some new tracks for my new album, and that's given me so much confidence. Because I just put out a killer album, and now I'm continuing to work with the next album. And every time I do something, it's getting better and better and better because I've been putting in the work. All I have to do is recognize my accomplishments, and that will give me the belief all I need to move forward. So be great today. Be the best version of you today. And even if you aren't where you think you should be, continue to work, because I guarantee you, you will get to where God is trying to bring you to as long as you honor him and you understand that you have been blessed. You might accomplish things in the spirit of arrogance, but it will not last. And even if it does last monetarily, you won't enjoy it. You won't enjoy it. You won't love it. You see people that are monetarily successful all the time that are not happy, and that's because they're not spiritually connected to something greater. Don't lose your connection with the Most High, because he's guiding you through all of this. And if you think about it, you've made it through 100% of your trials. Not necessarily unscathed, but you made it through. And if God has carried you through everything that you've been through, what makes you think he won't continue to do that? What makes you think he won't be there for you in your darkest hour? What makes you think he won't pick you up when you are down? So when that doubt creeps in, remember who your creator is. And that's all you need. Because he can fight battles that you will never even see coming. But as long as you continue to look to him in appreciation and love for the gifts that you are given, all the confidence in the world will be there if you recognize the things that he's brought you through. That's my time, y'all. Peace to all my people in the struggle.
I think I'm ready, might be ready, now I'm ready for love. Don't think I'm jealous, but I felt it when I saw you someone. Okay, I'm jealous, cause I never thought you'd leave me alone. So now I'm jealous, I can't stand it, and I can't let you go. No, I just can't let you go. No, I just can't let you. I thought to myself, oh,